Hello guys, so just gonna do a little Cyberpunk review. I'm gonna try not to do any story things for obvious reasons. So I've been sitting, this is PS4 Pro. I've been sitting in this spot now for about 10 minutes and seen probably 10 people. No cars, I don't think a single car has driven past me the whole time I've been here. So that's just that. I want to first start off by saying that overall I actually do enjoy this game. It's entertaining enough, but I do worry that some of my enjoyment comes from almost a constant leveling up. You are constantly being rewarded, or getting pop-ups. I mean, it's very glitchy opening them, but you're constantly receiving some kind of information. There's constantly like a hit, which I think keeps you hooked. Because realistically, just driving around the city is actually quite boring. Nothing really happens. I'm sure you can like, oh yeah, the handling is terrible. Sure, you can like stop and interact with stuff, but it feels like, always feels like I'm driving from one point to another just to tick off a list of activities. One of my biggest gripes with the PS4 version, although I haven't played any other versions, and it might not do it now, but it's quite often the menu's really laggy to load, or like doesn't load properly, like that. That can be quite frustrating. And just, it's not as immersive. Like, I think that should be quite smooth in and out of a menu. But I know The Witcher struggled with its menus as well at first. I remember the inventory being a bit rubbish. So yeah, some of the side missions are incredible. I've had great fun with them, and even some of the main story missions are they're really well done. The whole thing at the beginning of the game with the montage was an absolute joke. I did not enjoy that. I didn't know what was going on. I was thrown into Night City. I climbed a tower that some sheriff warned me not to, who seemed like a badass sheriff who I genuinely thought was going to have some I thought he was going to have something to say about me doing that, and then I've never heard from him ever again. I fear that this is although I enjoy the game, it's very buggy and it's not very entertaining, and there are lots of games that do things way better. I fear this is getting a lot of forgiveness because it's Project Red. Because of Witcher, I feel like if another company had released this game, you'd go, yeah, well, sure. Like, it looks kind of pretty, there's neon lights everywhere, but like, what else is there? Let's just stop for a second and have a little look around. Cool, so we've got some buildings and some neon lights, a few people who...
Do that on purpose?
Yes, I did, mate. You don't really... Oh, there's the same guy twice, look. Oh, and again, there's a third time, it's over there as well. That happens quite a lot on PS4 Pro. Same character just over and over. There he is, ridiculous. Same shirt. But realistically, this is it. There's nothing happening. There's no life in the city. Probably one of my favourite things about the city is getting run over. I think it's hilarious. I like that. Sometimes when that happens by accident, it kind of, that brings me back into the city. That feels like it's alive again, like something spontaneous has almost happened. My honest opinion is if you're thinking about buying it, I would wait, because although it is enjoyable, and I think it's going to be, well, I hope it's going to be really good, I think the negatives for now hinder the experience, and I think it would be a better experience once things are fixed, if they can even change some of them. It might be just massively hindered by the PS4's hardware. You know, like that. That's a cool feature. It's neat. Looks pretty rad. Yeah, I would wait. I don't know who's talking there. She's got a loud voice though. Yeah, I don't really want to go into my menu system too much because it, like, some spoilers, but like it's just a bit overwhelming at first. But you've got right. Okay, go into my body skill tree. You've got these skills. Oh wait, what's annihilation up here? And then you've got street brawler, and there's so many skill points to spend. It can be difficult to know where to put them. And there's no indication of how many you're going to get. That's a personal gripe that I don't like, because I like to be able to max out everything if possible. Well, here's a little something happening around, but really there's nothing I can do here apart from get shot or kill. Oh, this guy, he's not loaded properly. Look at, oh, there he goes. Popping in. Hey, buddy. I'll talk to him, see what happens. Nothing. I've tapped square.
You don't want to fuck with me.
Oh, so now we've got a phone call. I won't answer that.
Oh,
I didn't even press anything. Well, okay. Sorry if there's any spoilers here.
Details are attached.
Yeah, so I didn't even press anything, and that just actually started that. Yeah, so I guess my main takeaway from all this is that, one, I think it's very addictive because you're constantly rewarded with pop-ups or levels up or like skill points and new weapons, and it's just a constant hit of you feeling good because you're better. And the pop-ins are a bit annoying, and the main story, I think it's unacceptable. I think they should have polished the main story enough to not have any major issues, but at the very beginning of the game there was a van that we had to follow, and the people didn't spawn in the van, so I didn't even know there were people in there at first, and I just died and I failed the mission. When I restarted, the van doors opened and there was people there. That was a nice surprise. Yeah, I'd hold off, I'd wait. It's a fun game. It sure is addictive. I've put in a lot of hours now. Can I find out how many hours? Is that 25 hours I've put in? I don't know if that's what that means. Let's have a look. Yeah, so probably 25 hours I've put into this. So I am enjoying it, and I won't take that away, and I think it is an enjoyable experience, and if you were to buy it, you would enjoy it, but I don't think you would get the full experience that's intended. Like, I mean, it just feels so dead wherever I am. There's just... It's supposed to be this sprawling, like, metropolis. I don't know if metropolis is the right word, but a sprawling city. And there's an assault in progress. Let's see what's going on there. Oh yeah, I got these. I've not tried these out yet. Got some claws coming out my hands. Which... I am going to get my ass kicked. I think these guys are way too hard for me. So we'll do one. I think this area is out of my league a little bit. But you know, that it is quite fun stopping in doing those encounters, and then boom, that's it. Counter over, boom, back to nothing. Silence, few lifeless cars. Oh. What's going on here? Yeah, 5 stars. Too difficult. So yeah, I'm going to stop rambling now anyway, and yeah. Hope you've enjoyed my review. I've tried to be really honest about it. I loved The Witcher. I was excited for this game, but I didn't pre-order it. I tried not to jump onto any hype, so I wasn't overly pumped for it. So I promise you I had no expectations. However, it did disappoint. Within the first, I think, hour of the game, I fell through the floor and my game auto-saved as I'd fallen out of world, and I was caught in a loading loop. and luckily I had a previous save that I could load up. So yeah, anyway, thanks for watching guys, take care.